it began in 1934 in the middle of the Depression in order to help celebrate and support Japanese American communities here in Los Angeles. And now it's blossomed into a remarkable festival, the Nisei Week Japanese Festival here in LA. And I'm delighted to be joined by this year's president, David Yamahata, and this year's queen, Kaitlyn Emiko Chu. So nice to have you both here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Why is the festival at large important to the Japanese American community here in Los Angeles?
The biggest thing is for us to meet our mission, which is to share the Japanese and Japanese heritage and traditions with the diverse communities of Southern California. And we really stress the diverse communities because it's not just for Japanese Americans, it's for anybody that wants to have the opportunity to see about the traditions and the culture of the Japanese.
How important was Japanese culture to you growing up as a Nisei?
Yes. So for me, I'm half Japanese, half Chinese, and that is an identity that I'm super proud of. I would say that getting involved in the Japanese American community started when I was very young. I would go to different events here in Little Tokyo, and it just means a lot to me. It means being involved in a very strong and vibrant community. It means honoring our values and our traditions, and I'm just really honored to be here this year to continue that.
What we wanted to do is give the Japanese American women the opportunity to vie for the queen position on our court, and what we saw was that over the years a number of our young ladies that participate went on to do a lot of great things. I'm so proud with our current court, the background and qualifications that our young ladies bring, and then they become our ambassadors for the community.
Are there some particular things that have to take place every single year that are really important elements to this? Obviously the court, but you know, there are other things that must be there, if not ballroom dancing and tuxedo, something else?
Well, we have a number of events that have been traditions since the beginning, not only the coronation, but our parade. It's an opportunity for different dance groups. So we have veterans that come out, we have the Boy Scouts that come out that participate in a parade. We also have different award events that go on during the week, and the awardees have an opportunity to ride in the parade as well. We've actually had some very notable people that have participated in our parade.
Yes, like?
George Takei from Star Trek, Pat Morita from The Karate Kid, Tamlin Tomita was in The Karate Kid too, and she was actually a former queen, which again inspires our young ladies to strive toward becoming a queen on our court and so forth. Also too, Tommy Lasorda was part of our parade. When we announce individuals that are going to be part of the parade, it brings more people out there to come and watch and so forth. In addition, one of our last weekends, it's a 9-day festival, and the first weekend is the coronation and the parade. The second weekend we have a plaza festival, and then our closing ceremony, which is an opportunity for the public to come out and do Ondo street dancing. You don't have to know how to do it. We have a number of dance groups that will demonstrate or show you, and you kind of follow behind them and follow what they do.
This is tied actually to other cities. I mean,
Yes.
Is there a sort of a sister city perspective to this?
Exactly. The sister city to Los Angeles in Japan is Nagoya, and they have a festival every October. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, the festival didn't take place, like our festival here did not take place. But this year, we have been invited to Nagoya for their festival. They actually sent a delegation of individuals for our parade, and they participated in our parade. So we're really looking forward to that opportunity to go to Japan, to Nagoya.
So you're president this year, but I am assuming you have been involved with it for a long period of time. What drew you to it, and why are you a part of this event?
I'm a native Angelino, born and raised in Los Angeles. Grew up on the west side, went to Dorsey High School, attended UCLA, and then joined the fire department and spent 36 and a half years. So Los Angeles has been in my life for my entire adult lifehood, and as a child growing up, my parents brought me to the Nisei Week Festival to enjoy. I grew up with the festival from a young child, and enjoying that. As I grew older and became an adult, I felt like it was now my opportunity to give back to the community, and that's why I became a Nisei Week board member. In addition, I have kids, and what I wanted to do is ensure that the Japanese American traditions stayed generation after generation.
What do you want to offer Dave and anybody who's going forward in his position, thoughts about the particular festival that you could possibly see would be, you know, a dynamic idea? So some of the other gals, and then what you think might, you know, help.
Yeah, I'm so inspired by everyone on my court. Everyone is super compassionate. We all have drive, and we all really want to make a difference in our community. So something I've seen this past week as we go visit the various businesses in Little Tokyo and hear about their missions is I'm seeing the eyes light up in every single one of my court members when we're talking about issues such as affordable housing or mental health. And I think that's something that our court has the power to do, is to make a difference in these areas that our community faces. And like David said, like, we have a lot of inspiration to host different initiatives and events for and within our community, and support and outside communities as well.
So through the years that you've been able to witness, things have, I'm sure, ebbed and flowed and changed, but you know, what has changed and what has stayed the same, even though we may not be showing up to all events in tuxes, you mentioned that, and with the pandemic there was definitely a little pause in the action, but what has stayed and what has been added as new generations have different tastes and thoughts and relationships with their culture?
The cornerstone events that have stayed is coronation, our parade, our Plaza Festival and closing ceremony, and our award ceremony. Our biggest, one of our biggest priorities is to recognize those individuals that have made contributions to the Japanese American community. And with that, we always want to make sure we recognize those individuals. We actually have two separate award ceremonies. One award ceremony are individuals recognized in the community that are voted by our board. We have another event called the Pioneer Luncheon, in which individuals are actually nominated by the communities throughout Southern California. So you have an opportunity where people get to nominate their people that have made contributions. As you mentioned, with the pandemic, our biggest challenge these days, we're a nonprofit organization that is run totally by all volunteers. Our budget consists of through donations, sponsors, and fundraisers. And as a result of the pandemic, we've lost some of our sponsors due to budgetary challenges and so forth. So that's our biggest challenge these days, is to make sure that we can find enough funding to keep the festival going on year after year.
And if people want to learn more about Nisei Week, you know, whether they're seeing this while it's going on or whether they've just missed it or they want to participate next year, or if they really want to help you in a number of ways, what's the best way for them to learn about this wonderful festival?
And thank you for asking, Maria, because we're always looking for volunteers, supporters, new sponsors, and so forth. And they can find more information on our website. That's niseiweek.org.